try to do nature with a Calafati shower in your hand and nice and warm. This is a daily itinerary that you can have on your phone. So you connect in your phone, yeah, has the program, and you can see what's coming at any point. And we are doing this one. This is the Darwin Lounge.
So, well, you already know that we were anchored more or less until midnight in front of Ushuaia yesterday. We've been visiting Pia Glacier, and we have a few other glaciers. One in the afternoon and two other ones tomorrow. Yeah. So the one in the afternoon is right there. As you can see, it's pretty close. We might get to that fjord at 2 something, so right after lunch. When we pass on our way to Garibaldi Fjord, we're going to pass by another glacier which is called España Glacier. It should be a few minutes before lunch, so if you're still over here in the lounge, you might see it by that side. Yeah. And well, as you can see on this picture, it is a very narrow and deep fjord. It goes very deep into the range, and for that same reason, it makes this place a very, very special landscape, yeah, and a very, very special spot. But it's also subject to weather conditions. Why? Because if we get some wind, the fjord is that narrow that it's kind of canalizing the wind, and it's going to be stronger in there. Yeah. So let me explain you which is our main goal for the afternoon. Yeah. If we cannot make it because of weather conditions, we're going to look for a B plan. Yeah, we got plenty of other glaciers around, so we're going to get another activity. Yeah. But let me explain you which is our goal. Yeah. This is the very end of the fjord, and over there we have this glacier which is called Garibaldi at the very, very end of it. And as you can see, the fjord is very narrow, especially on this section, which is the one we need to pass by and turn to the starboard side a bit. And it's a very special glacier because it's the only one, as far as we know, which is growing. So it's gaining length and gaining mass. Yeah. This is a satellite image from 2016, if I'm not wrong. And we have a second glacier over here, which we could see a few years ago because the boat was heading closer. Nowadays, it's pretty difficult to spot. Why? Because Garibaldi has been advancing and has already met that second glacier. So Garibaldi glacier is somewhere over here. Yeah? So we might see some ice falling downhill from that side, but not the whole glacier. Yeah, and it's just wonderful. So our main goal is going to be staying on board. Yeah, it's an onboard activity. We're going to head into that fjord, and we're going to enjoy the visit and the panoramic view of Garibaldi. Yeah. So at some point we're going to invite you all to come up here. You might want to bring your jackets, your cameras, yeah. And if weather conditions are fine, we stay in the fjord for quite a long time, so we get the chance to enjoy it. Hopefully we get the chance to see some calvings as well. It's a pretty active glacier, yeah. And well, this is it, yeah. You can see the boat over here, so we get pretty close, actually. And it's a very, very interesting glacier because of its behavior. Yeah, lots of calvings. You see kind of a dark line over there, a straight one. That's a central moraine. That's showing us that at the very top of that valley we got a mountain. So actually Garibaldi Glacier, it's 2 tongues becoming just one big glacier. Yeah. So if you feel like doing some extra exercise, yeah, we're gonna make you choose in between Garibaldi Glacier or a hike. Yeah. This is a hike that we call the waterfall excursion, and you head to the excursion before the ship gets at the very end of the fjord. Yeah, so normally you don't get the chance, unfortunately, to see the glacier, or if you do, it might be like with the Zodiacs for about 2 seconds from the distance. Yeah. So let me explain you how this hike is. Sometimes it sounds like we don't want you to join this excursion. It's not that we don't want to, but we want those of you who head to the waterfall to know how the hike is. Yeah. So let me tell you what we're gonna find. We go at kind of a normal, kind of fast pace. It's very, very muddy, yeah, and there's a big, it's pretty steep, yeah. There are some big slopes, so we need lots of flexibility on our legs, mostly on our knees. We do not allow trekking poles on this option because we need both hands free, yeah. And if you want to carry your cell phone or camera, it's always better like inside your pocket, yeah. And by the way, we need to cross a river, and unfortunately there's no bridge over there because the whole excursion is pretty steep. So depending on how weather had been lately, which has been raining a bit, we might find 15 or 20 centimeters of water, and we need to go through that. Yeah, I think we do have a video, if I'm not wrong. That's the waterfall at the very end of the excursion, so you get a better idea of how this hike is. The boat is heading off the fjord, so they are coming from the visit to the glacier, and our drivers are waiting for us over there. You might see lots of snow on the video. That's because it was taken during September, so late winter. Now we have no snow anymore, and of course all that snow became water and mud. Yeah. As you can see, it's also a very nice forest. It's pretty similar to the forest that we're gonna visit tomorrow, actually. But there's no path at all, and we get plenty of trees and branches, so we need to skip them. Yeah. Pretty narrow on some sections as well. And as you can see, for that same reason, we were saying both hands free. Yeah? Because we always need to grab like a rope, a branch, trunk. Anyway, it's a very nice option as well. It's not, as I said, it's not that I don't want you to choose it. But unfortunately, we can't do both things, so we need to choose in between Garibaldi Glacier or Garibaldi Waterfall. Yeah? Bien. We won't divide you into different groups or languages. We are just going to be one single group, so it's one single line. We go one after the other one, and there are not many explanations. Over here is just one guide leading, another one closing the group, and a few guides depending on how many of you want to join the hike, right in the middle. Yeah. And where is the waterfall?
I wonder if Luis is going to have a heart attack.
Well, you reach the waterfall, which, as it has been raining lately, it's kind of a big waterfall, or it should be. At least it was last week. Yeah. And it's also very, very nice, as I said. And then we come back. Zodiacs will be expecting us down there, and we head back on board. Yeah? And tomorrow we are going to wake up on a fjord, which is a wonderful one, pretty stunning mountains around, which we call Agostini Fjord. Yeah? And that's where those two excursions will take place. Yeah? So we're going to remain the whole day in that fjord, and we have two excursions, as we said. One, it's a hike, and another one, it's a zodiac ride. Yeah? And it depends on the tide, actually. If we want to get into this fjord to visit this glacier, we need high tide. Because during low tide, we got less than 50 centimeters of thickness over here, and we cannot get in with the zodiacs. So actually every week changes, so we check the tide. We know that tomorrow we are going to get high tide in the morning. So this is the excursion that we're going to do first. And then in the afternoon, we do the hike. Yeah, and especially for that same reason of the tide, this hike cannot be done during high tide because there's no beach at all for us to walk through. Yeah. So let's see. Well, this is that zodiac ride. Have you seen how many zodiacs do we have on board or not? 6. It's 6 zodiacs. Yeah. And it's almost 130 of us, so we do not all fit at the same time on the zodiacs. For that same reason, we're going to do 3 different rides. We're going to be navigating along this channel until we get to Garibaldi Fjord, and right after that until we get to the Pacific. So we're going to navigate actually almost the whole channel. And in a few more minutes we get Spania Glacier on one side, and I think I already see our sister ship, which is called the Ventus Australis. Same ship as this one, built kind of 4 years ago, if I'm not wrong. and so they are heading now to Pia Glacier. So they are going to do that excursion over there. Yeah. And if there are no further questions, please keep enjoying the trip, keep enjoying these wonderful views that we have today, this wonderful weather. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And well, see you in the afternoon.
Hola. Hi. Hola. España Glacier.
España Glacier.
¿Qué es?
Yeah, for this way.
That way. Oh, gracias. Somewhere down there. Look how blue that is. Wow. It might be the bigger one in the back. Yeah, because really, that's kind of like a nice sheet. It's not a glacier. This one. And our sister ship is coming closer and closer. They're preparing to blow the horn.
Love it.
Let's see when they're gonna blow.
Just finger on the button.
Yay! Oh, that is awesome. Oh, the ship's crossing in the day.
Look at that.
Yay! The last little bit.
That's a game.
Oh, I guess that's it. Someone has to have the last word. Oh, beautiful. That was fun. Very brave with short sleeves. Maybe that's the Garibaldi. Maybe that's where we're going to go into. Yeah, brave people. Oh, now I see España. Wow. The entrance. The lunch is calling.
Guests, may I have your attention please? We invite all of you to have lunch, which is now being served at the Patagonia dining room, located on the first deck. Thank you.
I have to say the food is really wonderful here. Everything is extremely tasty, but the desserts are like out of this world. Everything is so delicious. You don't know what to choose. The mousses, oh my god, the flan, the meringue, oh, awesome. Look at this. I was joking with him that I'm too big to be eating dessert, and he goes, oh, he was showing me his belly. Look at that scenery.
It's a little embarrassing.
You asked for a better scenery for lunch.
Well, it's less embarrassing to
Wow, gorgeous.
several times.
Hello dear guests, and welcome to the Garibaldi fjord. Once conditions are checked, we will invite you to enjoy the panoramic view of the Garibaldi glacier from the open decks and from the different lounges of our ship. Thank you and enjoy your afternoon.
So these are the brave people that are going for the waterfall hike. Brave and fit. Look at the smart people. Look at that. You don't have to hold it.
and welcome to the Garibaldi fjord. The outside temperature is 14 degrees Celsius, equivalent to 57 degrees Fahrenheit. We inform you that in the following minutes we will be navigating through the narrowest section of the fjord on our way to the Garibaldi glacier. From now on, the announcements relative to the Garibaldi glacier will only be given in public areas. Thank you and have a wonderful afternoon.
Wow. How blue.
Boat down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of gives you a sense of the scope, how big it is to have the boat down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zodiacs went back there, huh?
Oh, it's a boat of some sort.
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah, it's a sailboat.
and you know, if a big chunk comes down, you know, there is going to be a big swell, a big wave.
Yeah. Certainly will be. And we can't see the top.
Oh, that's right, yeah. It's huge. That color is amazing. Beautiful. Oh, that was calving. Did you hear that? That was
I
calving.
heard something.
That thunder was calving. It's a beautiful fjord. Look at the colors on the rocks. Beautiful.
We think it's anchored. You're right. There's somebody there. Standing out on something.
The captain is doing a 360 to give everybody around the boat a chance to see the glacier. So I assume this is as close as we're gonna get. It would be nice if a whole big piece came down. Yeah, right? You would think it would be something sturdier if they're doing some kind of studies. This line here indicates where two different glaciers joined and became one. Oh, the sun is coming out. You would think with a wind like this they would have their sail up, no? Maybe it's too strong, yeah. Oh, shoot! Like a whole big piece came off. Whoa! Oh my gosh. The thing is, you don't hear the sound until after it falls. Wow. that. Wow. Spectacular. Everything is spectacular. The whole place is spectacular. Awesome. There. There. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Si, c'est pompé. Non, non, allez. Mais bon.
I think we are saying goodbye. It's a beautiful visit. And the sun came out. That's an extra blessing. It's pretty. The wind has disappeared and it's beautiful and calm.
Yeah.
Now, did it stop or did it?
No, I think it was because we were more exposed.
Yeah. It's amazing. It just like whoosh, disappeared. This almost feel like you are in the Caribbean. It's nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't
It's
it?
beautiful. I see little orange jackets down there. Back there, you see? You know, like all the way there.
Oh yeah.
That's probably. Oh, maybe that's the waterfall that they went to see. The one above. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
That looked like a difficult hike on
It
the movie.
certainly does, if that's it.
Interesting, but difficult. Fun, if you can do it.
You must be letting that boat down.
Let's start play this up.
Did any from our group do the hike? Do you know?
I think Mike and a good chunk too.
Send them out. It's taking hold.
It's a beautiful jagged waterfall. Almost like a little beach. With the sun out like this, you almost feel that you can go swimming. Look at this. You don't know what's around the bend, you know? You go around the bend and it's that huge glacier. But here you cannot see anything. Brutally much nicer in here. Do they have cappuccino?
Yeah.
We are going with, what is it, mochaccino or cappuccino? Cappuccino. Patagonia blend. This is nice to get back to. Those potato chips are so good. That's the zodiac coming up. I don't know if it's the crew or the people that went to the hike. Could be. We'll pick them up and then we'll go. We are just relaxing here and there are so many beautiful waterfalls. And I think we are just coming out of the Garibaldi fjord. Look how beautiful. Oh my God, look at the colors back there. Awesome, huh? It's so pleasant here. Beautiful. And the sun is giving us a little gift. It's amazing how it depends on how the ship is headed. Now it's freezing. It was so pleasant before and now it's freezing like a second later. Oh my goodness. I think that's him. He'll come closer. Oh wow. That was so big when it came close by. I don't know if I got it on video, but he was huge. Whoa. I lost him. Well, the bird got me outside and look how beautiful it is. That was such an interesting talk, and I wish I could wait for sunset. Dinner one, the best parts. I'm missing out on the sunset for dinner, but look at this. Isn't that awesome? So good. To the straight. Yes.
Here's what I want to know.
To Magellan.
Why did we all learn elementary?
Look at their excellent, delicious looking food.
Wow, they made a lot of cannellonis today.
Oh,